They may be standing to become MPs, but for this campaign, the Conservatives have become Team Theresa, her foot soldiers to help deliver Brexit. And as part of that, she's said free movement from the EU to Britain will end. And she confirmed today that her government will aim to bring net immigration below 100,000 a year.
We do want to bring net migration down to sustainable levels. We believe that is the tens of thousands. And of course, once we leave the European Union, we will have the opportunity to ensure that we have control of our borders here.
Mind you, she's been saying that for 7 years.
We aim to reduce net migration from the hundreds of thousands to the tens of thousands by the end of this Parliament.
Hi, morning.
Labour today refused to put a figure on any immigration target.
Well, Theresa May made that promise in 2010 and made the same promise in 2015 and didn't get anywhere near it on any occasion at all. Obviously, our manifesto will set out our policy when that's produced, which will be next week. But the issue is that there has to be fair migration to this country and it has to be managed migration.
The Liberal Democrats said the 100,000 figure was meaningless.
Theresa May should know better. She has set and then failed to meet countless immigration targets in her time as Home Secretary. It's important that we do have a migration policy, but it's also important that that policy is for the benefit of Britain, for British businesses, for universities, for our health service. Don't set a silly artificial target that you know you will break just because it'll please a couple of newspapers.
But UKIP said 100,000 a year was too many.
UKIP will go into this election with a policy of balanced migration, which means zero net immigration over the next 5-year period.
Slough is a target seat for the Conservatives at this election, and immigration will be an issue. Could it help them win here? Mick believes it is right to have a limit.
Yeah, we do rely on these people all over the world, really. But as long as we get the right ones in, you know. And Slough is the place they all come to work, it seems to be.
Julia wants some immigration. Ian thinks British workers have to do their bit.
Like the doctors and nurses that have treated my son in the past, we wouldn't have them. So the majority of them are people that have come over.
The English people need to obviously step up as well and get involved in the labouring jobs and the jobs in a general. So I'd say, yeah, I think that's about it really.
You like the target?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I wouldn't like it to go any higher.
Ali runs the cafe. Where does he get his workers from?
We've got Italians, we've got Polish, we've got Bulgarians at the moment.
Why not people living around here?
Because first day they come to work and then the second day they're not interested in it or they don't feel working. That's the...
They don't want to work?
No, they don't want to work.
Immigration was probably the hottest issue of the referendum. Today's promise shows Theresa May believes there is still an appetite for a hard target to bring it down.